This is All India Radio. We now bring you a special news program on COVID-19. Good evening, I'm Valsa Williams and with me is Renuka. The headlines. Centre asked states to ensure safety, shelter and food for migrant labourers and stranded persons. No COVID-19 case in 325 districts in the country, says Health Ministry. Government directs all educational institutions not to insist on payment of fees during the lockdown, salaries to be paid to faculty members. 4-month rental of small IT units operating out of software technology parks of India waived off. All airlines to refund full amount on tickets booked for travel during the lockdown period. Uttar Pradesh government to provide food ration and 1,000 rupees to all, even if they are not covered under any scheme. And Andaman and Nicobar is now coronavirus free with no new case reported. Cabinet Secretary Rajiv Gauba has asked all state chief secretaries to ensure adequate arrangements for safety, shelter and food security of migrant labourers and stranded persons. More from our correspondent.
Mr. Gauba has asked the state chief secretaries to direct all the district collectors to review the situation. He said that district collectors must appoint nodal officers for coordinating and monitoring the issues related to migrant laborers. Mr. Gauba directed that each camp should be under the charge of a senior officer. In metropolitan areas, the states have been suggested to appoint municipal commissioners to implement the welfare measures. Besides, all districts will undertake a comprehensive enumeration of migrant laborers and stranded persons and make all necessary arrangements for food and shelters to them. Psychosocial counseling can also be provided to them as per the guidelines of the Health Ministry. With Divakar Anand Kumar, AIR News, Delhi.
The government today said 325 districts in the country have not reported any coronavirus case so far because of actions initiated at the field level. There are 27 other districts also where no positive case has been reported for the last 14 days. As per the Health Ministry data, 1,320 fresh confirmed cases of COVID-19 have been reported in the last 24 hours. As many as 1,515 patients have recovered and been discharged from the hospitals, while 420 patients have died so far. Briefing media in New Delhi today, an official from the Health Ministry said the implementation of containment strategies in some districts which had earlier reported COVID-19 cases have yielded positive results. One of them is Mahe district of Puducherry, which has reported no case for the last 28 days.
हमारे इस एफर्ट्स में अभी तक फील्ड लेवल पर किए हुए एक्शन के तहत 325 ऐसे जिले हैं जहां पर कोई भी केस नहीं आया है. हमारी केस फैटेलिटी रेट अगर 3.3% है तो हमारी परसेंटेज ऑफ पीपल हु हैव रिकवर्ड सो फार इज अराउंड 12.02%.
He also said the Union Health Minister held a video conference yesterday with health functionaries and field officers of the World Health Organization in which a micro-plan for clusters and outbreak containment of COVID-19 at district level was discussed. He said an action plan has been prepared on strengthening the country's ongoing surveillance by utilizing the services of WHO's National Polio Surveillance Network team. He also informed that the Health Minister has held an interaction with industry leaders and assured that all their concerns will be addressed. The health official informed an advisory for safe drinking water practices during lockdown has been issued and the Public Health Department has been advised to augment water supplies with special focus on relief camps and for vulnerable sections of society. The Home Ministry representative said the states have strengthened their efforts in implementing lockdown measures and the situation regarding essential commodities is satisfactory. She said air, rail, road travel as well as services by the cab aggregators will be suspended till the 3rd of next month.
गृह मंत्रालय ने सभी राज्यों एवं केंद्र शासित प्रदेशों को पत्र लिखकर दिशा निर्देशों को ग्राउंड लेवल पर क्रियान्वित करवाने तथा आम जनता के लाभ के लिए इनके व्यापक प्रचार पर जोर दिया है. लॉकडाउन के अंतर्गत 3 मई 2020 तक संपूर्ण देश में हवाई, रेल और सड़क मार्ग से यात्रियों का आवागमन बंद रहेगा. टैक्सी, ऑटो रिक्शा और साइकिल रिक्शा सहित कैब एग्रीगेटर्स की सेवाएं प्रतिबंधित रहेंगी.
A representative of the Indian Council of Medical Research informed that over 2.9 lakh samples have been tested so far. He said 176 labs under ICMR network and 78 private sector labs are conducting COVID-19 tests in the country. He also said it is important for people to understand that the rapid antibody tests are not for early diagnosis but for surveillance and to monitor whether coronavirus hotspots in the country are increasing or decreasing. The ICMR official said 5 lakh rapid test kits are available in the country.
2 किस्म के रैपिड टेस्ट किट्स आज आ चुके हैं. एक लिवजॉन करके कंपनी का है, एक वॉन्फ्लो करके कंपनी का है. ये जो टेस्ट किट्स हैं, इनकी संख्या लिवजॉन की 2 लाख और वॉन्फ्लो की 3 लाख है.
Briefing media, a government official, while listing out several measures taken by the central government ministries, informed that over 16 lakh free meals have been distributed by the Indian Railways till yesterday.
Home Ministry has directed that Zoom meeting platforms should not be used by government officials and officers for any purpose. In an advisory, Ministry of Home Affairs has cautioned against the use of this platform. It further stated that even private users should ensure that certain advisory regarding the use of this platform should be followed. The certain advisory is mainly focused towards prevention of unauthorized entry in the conferences, and it also prevents participants to carry out any malicious activity on the terminal of other participants. Private users have been advised to refer to the certain advisory on its website to restrict users through access passwords. Zoom platform has been used for holding video conferences in light of the lockdown imposed in many countries. Many leading private companies have already restricted usage of this platform amid growing concerns over its security. Government today said that colleges and institutions should not insist on payment of fee till the ongoing lockdown is lifted and normalcy is restored. Human Resources and Development Ministry said it has come to the knowledge of All India Council for Technical Education (AICTE) that certain standalone institutions are insisting that students should pay the fee, including admission fee, during the lockdown. The ministry has directed all colleges and institutions to display the information on their websites and also communicate the same to the students through email. On the issue of payment of salary to faculty members, the ministry clarified that salary and other dues to the faculty and staff members will be released for the duration of lockdown, and if any terminations made during the lockdown will be withdrawn. A letter in this regard has been issued to the respective chief secretaries of the states and union territories, including reimbursement of fee to colleges and institutions. The ministry also clarified that online classes for the current semester will be continued during the extended lockdown. A revised academic calendar will be issued by UGC and AICTE subsequently. It said that all colleges and institutions must strictly adhere to these instructions. The ministry said action will be taken if they will not follow the instructions.
In view of the COVID-19 outbreak and consequent lockdown, the government today took a major decision to provide relief from payment of 4 months rental to the small IT units operating out of the software technology parks of India. Most of these units are either tech MSMEs or startups. Electronics and Information Technology Ministry said it will provide rental waiver to these units from the 1st of March till the 30th of June this year. Software Technology Parks of India is an autonomous society and it has 60 centres across the country. The initiative to provide rental waiver to the units will provide relief to the industry in this crisis situation emerged due to COVID-19 pandemic. This initiative will provide benefit to nearly 200 IT and ITES MSMEs operating from these centres. The total cost of the rental waiver provided to these units is estimated to be around 5 crore rupees.
All the airlines will refund the whole amount of a ticket booked during the first phase of lockdown for both domestic and international flights against the request of cancellation of tickets by passengers. The Ministry of Civil Aviation has issued an advisory to airlines in this regard for the tickets booked for travel between the 2 phases of lockdown. The ministry said that if a passenger has booked a ticket during first lockdown period from 21st March to 14th of April for travel during same period and beyond that up to 3rd May, the airline will refund the full amount collected without levy of cancellation charge. It said the refund will be made within a period of 3 weeks from the date of request of cancellation.
Employees Provident Fund Organisation EPFO has processed 3,31,000 claims, disbursing an amount of over 946 crore rupees in just 15 days. The Labour Ministry said the provision for a special withdrawal from the EPF scheme to tide over the COVID-19 pandemic as part of the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana package has provided timely relief to the working class of the nation. In addition, 284 crore rupees have been distributed by the exempted PF trusts under this scheme. Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar has said all states should aim to achieve the Kharif target and doubling of farmers' income should be taken up on a mission mode. Addressing the National Conference on Kharif Crops 2020 through video conference, he assured the states that the centre will remove any obstacles they are facing. The main aim of the National Kharif Conference was to discuss various issues and list out steps in consultation with the states about the preparedness for Kharif cultivation in view of the lockdown situation.
Centre has released 7,300 crore rupees to the states and union territories under Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, Manregas, to liquidate pending dues of last financial year, but also the wage dues for the first fortnight of 2020 to 21. Rural Development Minister Narendra Singh Tomar today conducted a detailed review of all flagship schemes of the rural development. He desired that Manrega's work in non-containment areas with adequate focus on social distancing must be resumed in an efficient manner. Over 1.51 crore free LPG cylinders have been distributed so far to the PMUY beneficiaries under the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana in this month. Under the PMKGY, several relief measures have been announced by the central government for the welfare of poor, and one of the important components of it is to provide 3 LPG cylinders free to over 8 crore beneficiaries of the Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana over the period of April to June 2020. For the seamless implementation of the scheme, the oil marketing companies have been transferring an advance equal to the RSP of 14.2 kilogram refill or 5 kg refill depending upon the type of package to the linked bank account of PMUY customer.
Waqf boards of more than 30 states have been directed to ensure strict and honest implementation of lockdown and social distancing during the holy month of Ramzan. Union Minister for Minority Affairs and Chairman of Central Waqf Council, Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi, directed senior officials of Waqf boards to create awareness amongst people, to offer prayers and perform other religious rituals during the holy month of Ramzan at home. He was interacting with them today through video conferencing. Mr. Naqvi solicited complete cooperation with health workers, security forces, administrative officers and sanitation workers during these days. Mr. Naqvi said that in view of the challenges of corona pandemic, all religious, social activities and mass gathering in all temples, mosques and other Muslim religious places, gurudwaras, churches and other religious and social places of the country have been stopped.
This is All India Radio bringing you a special program on COVID-19. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Centre asks state to ensure safety, shelter and food for migrant labourers and stranded persons. No COVID-19 case in 325 districts in the country, says Health Ministry. Government directs all educational institutions not to insist on payment of fee during the lockdown, salaries to be paid to faculty members. 4-month rental of small IT units operating out of Software Technology Parks of India waived off. All airlines to refund full amount on tickets booked for travel during the lockdown period. Uttar Pradesh government to provide food ration and 1,000 rupees to all even if they are not covered under any scheme. And Andaman and Nicobar is now coronavirus free with no new case reported. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
In Uttar Pradesh, Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has instructed to provide food ration and financial assistance of 1,000 rupees to all needy and helpless people, even if they are not covered under any scheme. The Chief Minister had a review meeting on lockdown in Lucknow today. He emphasized the need to establish community kitchens to provide food to all needy people. The Chief Minister said that nobody should remain hungry because of the lockdown. The Chief Minister reiterated that strict action will be taken against attackers and police doctors and health and sanitary workers. He asked for action under the National Security Act and Pandemic Act against such guilty people. The Chief Minister said action will be taken against those who are corona positive and are deliberately hiding the fact. He said that lockdown rules should be strictly followed in the state and intensive vigil be kept in the hotspots. The total number of COVID-19 cases has reached 773 in the state. Principal Secretary Health Amit Mohan Prasad said so far 69 patients of COVID-19 have been cured and 13 lost their lives.
Bihar government has launched door-to-door screening today in 8,000 villages in 4 districts today to detect COVID-19 cases. Principal Secretary of the State Health Department Sanjay Kumar said that this is being undertaken to contain the infection. Mr. Kumar said villages where people have come from foreign countries between March 1 to 23rd March will be screened. The screening will be completed on April 24. The survey is being done on the lines of Pulse Polio Immunization Campaign. A 2-member team along with questionnaires will meet over 200 persons every day and collect data regarding corona. During screening, if any suspected person is detected, then they will be sent for further health checkup.
The plasma transfusion trials for treating corona patients will be started in Delhi in the next 3 to 4 days. Addressing media today, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal said the central government has given the approval in this regard. He said if tests will be successful, the lives of serious COVID-19 patients can be saved. Mr. Kejriwal said around 15 lakh people have applied for ration cards in the city and the Delhi government is providing food to 10 lakh people every day. He also said the Delhi government has extended its list of cluster containment zones to 57 to contain the spread of COVID-19.
The total toll of positive coronavirus cases climbed to 314 as 14 new positive cases, all from Kashmir division, have been reported today from the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. J&K government spokesman Rohit Kansal has said out of 314 positive cases, 272 are active positive, 38 have recovered and 4 have died. Furthermore, till date, 58,076 travellers and persons in contact with suspected cases have been put under surveillance, which include 7,463 persons in home quarantine, including facilities operated by government.
The Punjab government is well prepared to combat the coronavirus pandemic. This was stated by the Family Welfare Minister of the state, Mr. Balbir Singh Sidhu, in Chandigarh today. Mr. Sidhu said there are 4 districts declared as hotspots based on the number of cases. These districts are SAS Nagar, SBS Nagar, Jalandhar and Pathankot. He clarified that Punjab is now in the second stage and to deal with unprecedented circumstances, the frontline teams of the health department are constantly working on a war footing on contact tracing. He said SBS Nagar has successfully broken the chain of coronavirus and the number of patients froze at 19 since March the 26th. Of the 19 patients, 17 patients have been cured while 1 patient died.
In Madhya Pradesh, the number of corona infected in the state has increased to more than 1,000, while 64 people have recovered, 53 people have lost their lives due to this disease. According to official information, the number of corona infected in Indore has now increased to 696, which is the highest in the state. So far, 37 patients have died in Indore. Capital Bhopal has 168 corona cases reported so far. Apart from this, the number of corona infected has increased rapidly in Ujjain, Khandwa and Khargone in the state. Police is actively searching for 5 COVID-19 infected patients who ran away from a temporary medical center in the Rajendra Nagar police station area of Indore. Indore police is planning home delivery of copies of FIRs to those violating curfew in the city. The police in Bhind district have announced cash reward for those who provide information about the people coming from COVID-19 hotspots but not revealing their details to the authorities.
In Gujarat, the government has decided to gradually resume economic activities from April the 20th in all areas except the containment zones. Secretary to CM Ashwini Kumar said the decision has been taken as per the guidelines of the centre. He said the containment zones will be sealed where the movement of people will be restricted. Our correspondent reports that the government has already allowed resumption of agricultural activities in the state. A report.
All the construction, commercial and industrial activities will be resumed in the state gradually from 20th April. A committee headed by District Collector will issue permissions to the industries in the district. Mr. Kumar added that the employers need to take precautionary measures such as temperature checking of employees by thermal guns, transport facilities for them, periodic sanitization of the factory premises, practicing social distancing and wearing of masks among others. The government has also allowed the construction work of roads, irrigation projects outside the city areas. Mr. Kumar added that the permission for construction activity within certain areas will also be given on the condition of providing good quality of shelter facility to the laborers. All the self-employed people, including electricians, plumbers, have also been allowed to resume their business from April 28th, but they will have to ensure social distancing. Aparna Khut, AR News, Ahmedabad.
In Telangana, 50 more people tested positive for coronavirus today. These include 16 positive cases reported from Suryapet district alone. With this, the number of total COVID-19 cases in the state has gone up to 700 in the state. The only COVID-19 positive patient in Arunachal Pradesh has tested negative in the fourth test done yesterday. According to a bulletin issued by the State Health Department today, a total of 343 samples have been collected so far for COVID-19 laboratory testing, out of which 285 are reported negative, 1 positive, and results of 16 cases are awaited. It may be mentioned that the report of 40 repeat tests done was also negative.
As Kerala continues to flatten the COVID-19 curve with 7 new cases and 27 recoveries being reported today, the state government proposed various relaxations in areas other than hotspot regions from April the 20th. In the state cabinet meeting held today, the Kerala government decided to follow the centre's lockdown decision and proposed 4 categorizations of districts in the state based on the present level of COVID-19 infection. A report.
The first category includes 4 districts, Kasaragod, Kannur, Kozhikode and Malappuram, where strict guidelines will be continued without relaxations. The boundaries will remain closed. Entry and exit point will be decided for essential services in the region. Relaxations are proposed in other districts in 2nd, 3rd and 4th category, for which centre's permission will be sought, as few come under the hotspot list of centre. Second category includes Pathanamthitta, Ernakulam and Kollam district, where the strict guidelines will be continued till April 24th and the hotspot villages will remain closed. Third category includes Alappuzha, Palakkad, Thrissur, Wayanad and Thiruvananthapuram district, where partial normal life will be allowed from April 24th with general restrictions. Fourth category includes Kottayam and Idukki districts, where normal life will be allowed from April 21st with general restrictions and safety measures. Meanwhile, masks had been made compulsory while venturing out. All forms of gathering continue to be strictly forbidden, whereas social distancing, hand washing need to be followed diligently by all. Meanwhile, presently, 147 active cases of COVID-19 are there in the state and a total of 245 people recovered so far from the disease. Mayusha for AR News from Thiruvananthapuram.
In a marked improvement in the COVID-19 situation in Tamil Nadu, the number of discharged patients has far outnumbered the fresh cases. Chief Minister Edupadi Palanisamy told reporters that 25 people have been tested positive for the disease today, while 62 others were discharged. More from our correspondent.
The mortality rate due to the COVID-19 pandemic in Tamil Nadu remains low and almost stagnant at 1.2%. Another silver lining is that for the past 3 consecutive days, the new COVID-19 cases remains comparatively lower, that is below 40, the lowest figure this month being 25 today. Epidemiologists say if the trend continues further for a few more days, then it would indicate the declining curve in the state. Meanwhile, the police have begun returning the vehicles seized in the state for violation of the lockdown. Jai Singh, AR News, Chennai.
In Puducherry, a 37-year-old man among the 6 COVID-19 positive cases was discharged today from the Indira Gandhi Government Medical College, the exclusive COVID hospital. As of now, Mahe district of Puducherry has reported no COVID positive case since last 28 days. A report.
Dr. Mohan Kumar, Director of Health Services, said that he has recovered fully and will be kept in isolation in his house for another 14 days. It may be noted that there were 6 COVID-19 positive cases in Puducherry and were being treated at the Indira Gandhi Government Medical College. Following the discharge of the person today, presently only 5 positive cases are under treatment. Earlier, 71-year-old man Mehroob from Chalakkara in Mahe region died at the Pariyaram Medical College Hospital, Kannur, Kerala. Prior to that, a 68-year-old woman from Mahe recovered from the disease and discharged. Chandramohan, AR News, Puducherry.
All the 11 confirmed COVID-19 cases reported in Andaman and Nicobar Islands have recovered, Chief Secretary of the Union Territory, Chetan B. Sanghi, tweeted today. However, an official communication is being awaited. A report.
With the innovative idea of Dr. P. Vijaychari, Director RMRC ICMR Port Blair, the territory has pioneered pool testing in the country and now conducting highest number of sample tests, around 2,500 against 1 million population. By adopting this method, testing capacity has increased by 5 times and now 100 tests are being conducted per day. The testing lab in Port Blair is continuing the pool testing, and as on today, it has conducted tests of more than 1,000 samples, which is highest in the country. The recovery rate of the island is also the highest in the country. Moreover, no positive case of COVID-19 appeared in the UT after 7th of April. Gaurav Patwal, AIR News, Port Blair.
In West Bengal, the death toll from coronavirus has gone up to 10, with 3 more deaths reported in the last 24 hours. Giving this information in Kolkata today, the State Chief Secretary, Mr. Rajiv Sinha, said that 24 new positive cases have been detected during the time, which takes the total number of such cases under treatment at 144 so far. Total number of corona-positive patients have been discharged from hospital after recovery stands at 51 as of now. The State Cabinet, under the chairmanship of Chief Minister Ms. Mamata Banerjee, met this afternoon to take stock of the situation. More from our Kolkata correspondent.
Union Health Ministry has declared Kolkata, Howrah, East Midnapur and North 24 Parganas district as hotspot for corona pandemic. Besides, other 7 districts have been identified as vulnerable clusters. Massive sanitization drive and awareness campaign have been launched in these areas to check the spread of the disease. Drones have been placed into services for surveillance. The Kolkata Municipal Corporation has decided to conduct door-to-door health checkup in the wake of announcement of the Health Ministry. The State Cabinet has decided to allow online registration of property deeds in view of the ongoing lockdown. The state administration also decided to remove Food Secretary Manoj Agarwal from his post for irregularities in the distribution of food items through ration shops. Arijit Chakraborty, AIR News, Kolkata.
In our series Experts Speak on All India Radio News, we bring you the views of the leading medical experts on COVID-19. Dr. Purva Mathur, Professor of Laboratory Medicine, AIIMS, has said that social distancing is very important to check the spread of virus.
The coronavirus spreads by droplets when a person coughs or sneezes. These droplets do not travel beyond 1 meter, and that is why it's important to maintain social distancing.
Dr. Nandakumar, Professor of Psychiatry, AIIMS, suggested to the people to stay at homes, spend time with family members and practice yoga.
We are going to overcome this crisis within a few weeks. In the coming few weeks, stay at home, spend time with the family, do household work, exercise, listen to music, sing with the family, do yoga, meditation, and take care of emotional needs of the family and yourself.
Kokilaben Rathwa, a resident of Chota Udaipur in Gujarat, received the assistance of 500 rupees in her Jan Dhan account. Talking to AIR News, she said the amount is proving helpful.
मेरा नाम कोकिलाबेन राठवा है। बीसी सखी माध्यम से जनधन अकाउंट द्वारा धारक को ऑनलाइन पेमेंट सुविधा मिल रही है, जिसमें NRLM सखी मंडल की बहनों को बीसी सखी माध्यम से हो रही है। कोरोना के समय में बाहर जा नहीं सकते तो गांव में ही पेमेंट मिल जाता है, हमारी जरूरियात पूरी हो जाती है।
Kaul Ren from Aizawl thanks the government for providing her food grains in these crucial times.
My name is Koren Pui. My family has 5 members. We get 40 kg of rice from the government under TMG Creative Pyramid. I thank the government for helping us in this crucial lockdown period.
And now, before we end the program, the headlines once again. Centre asks states to ensure safety, shelter and food for migrant labourers and stranded persons. No COVID-19 case in 325 districts in the country, says Health Ministry. Government directs all educational institutions not to insist on payment of fees during lockdown, salaries to be paid to faculty members, 4-month rental of small IT units operating out of software technology parks of India waived off. And with that, we end the special news program on COVID-19.